I'm going to come back to this moment here now. This line. I call this the point of no return. I call it this because we're trying to help kids make these value judgments to learn something. And for a kid that can't come up and stand up and say, I think this. I don't mean the bush lawyer. The bush lawyer who would just say, oh, it's no good, it sucks, whatever. But I actually mean for them to stand up and say, from what I've learned, I think this, I feel this. This is my judgment. This is what I learned. This is why it's important to learn it. For a student to do that, that line represents a big risk in learning. That's the risk in learning. I'm not saying that's not a risk to come up to analyze things. It is a risk. But like I say, everything above that line, can be learned by rote. How everything fits together and so forth. Coming below that line, there's this expression we're supposed to help kids become students of the 21st century. What does that mean? The difference between that learning and this learning is through the learning through reflection. The reason I call this, again, the point of no return is if you take a person to the stage where they can begin to reflect on their learning at any level, the person is no longer the same. You can't go back and be the person you were before. From here to here, this is how we help kids arrive at their own personal learning and their own personal ideas. You can change a whole cultural group through this. You can change a culture. Oftentimes I get kids, international students from certain countries, and they're not able to reflect on their learning. They're not able to come up with their own ideas, even making questions up for themselves. If you tell them all this, you'll get it back exactly as you gave it. But because it's learned by rote, they don't know how to think for themselves. Depends on the type of society, culture you want. For instance, I'll say 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 12 is 48. And they'll go, yeah, we know, you're just an English teacher. And I go, I know. 4 times 12 is 48. And they go, yeah. Why? And you'll see their eyeballs start rolling and going, oh, they'll try to wonder, you see them rolling in their seats, trying to figure it out, and they go, nobody told us. I said, I know, no one told you, but through your reflection, can you figure out for yourselves why it is? Why is it so? And then in this moment of stillness, this quietness of reflection, you'll hear someone at the back of the room say, says so on my calculator. I went, you killed my moment. That moment of reflection is a still moment. What happens when you reflect? Think about it for yourselves. What is the reflective process? I said you change the culture. Here's where I do make some enemies. So I'll go on with it anyway. This reflective process. Boys, not men, not us men, but boys don't want to reflect. Give me the answer now. 3 bags full, slap bang, give it to, if I got the answer, that's it, done. How to help boys, and this is probably why I'm still doing this, why I still am, even after trying to retire, I love doing this, is if I can teach this skill to a boy to become a man, is how to get a boy to reflect before he throws the punch. before the pedal to the metal, before the point on their surfboard goes towards somebody's head? How can I just get them to stop, pause for a moment, and begin just way up? Begin to just think about the consequences of the positive, negative of what's going to happen. You can change a culture, you change the person. Perhaps that's part of boys' education. Here's where I know I do make some enemies. Girls, and I think women, want to stop here for a moment and pause to reflect and say, let's just stop and consider this. Guys are going, what? Let's just feel this moment for a moment. Let's feel this atmosphere. What? What is it you want? Let me know. It seems to confound us sometimes. Okay? We can learn from that. What I'm trying to do is for both. How can I, it's like a funnel out through the reflective moment. The idea, the ideas, and from this content, through the content, to arrive at this higher order learning. I want to just end on this one point at this stage, is learning is like coming up with the level of, each level of synthesizing, to come up with a synthesis each level. I may use analysis to do it, but I'm trying to bring all the parts and pieces into a whole, into a synthesis. Through this reflective process. So in a moment, I'm going to begin talking about how, if my learning is in order, if it's in a pattern, and I know what's happening while it's happening, this learning process becomes part of me.